We're gonna kick it off right here. GLHF being written in the chat. This is gonna be the Consolidation final. And it will be the 4 drivers that you see on the scoreboard. Spam, Tween, Pack, and Massa. The first map is probably gonna be this one, match stop. So I guess there's still a little bit of a hiccup. Because it's still in time attack. Of course, we want to go in cup mode. Cup mode being the mode that this competition is being played in. Cup mode, meaning that every driver is starting at the same time, and depending on your position, you will be granted points. The first place will grant you 10 points. Second place is worth 6. Third place is worth 4. And the last place is gonna bring you 3 points into your account. So that is gonna be the format. Point limit is 140 with finalist mode. Finalist mode meaning that once you reach that 140 point threshold, you need to take first place in one more round to secure that position. So it is not over once a player reaches that 140 points, but it will still be played out for one more victory. A little bit of a server hiccup right there. Hopefully that is going to be resolved soon. So, there you have it. Match start with the script. And there you go. Awesome stuff. The first map that we're going to see is going to be Liverstead. I'm going to show you the map in a nicely edited map preview by Pikes. That was the map preview for the first map that is going to be played in the Consolidation final. Pack, Tween, Spam, and Massa. Those are going to be the 4 drivers that are going to fight it out here. The top 2 will move on to the grand finals of the TrackMania² Stadium World Championship 2018. The bottom 2 will drop out. GLHF being written in the chat. I'm of course gonna join that. Map number 1 is gonna start. Let's kick it off right here with the Consolidation final, round number 1. Here we go. Scoreboard works, everything is tippy-toppy working. Here we go. Follow Massa through round number 1. We see some very alternate lines here in the beginning already. Massa finding himself on last place in the very first half of the track. A little bit of a hiccup right there, but he's still in the mix. Spam on 3rd place. Great start for Pack and Tween. Pack extending his lead. Spam is now coming closer to Tween, going over the blue part. Good speed by all of them. Let's have a look at Massa, who is closing in a little bit, creeping in, gets a little closer to the top 3 and top 2 drivers. Pack is still holding strong on that first place. Tween is now coming closer. Spam not really keeping up right now in this section of the track. Massa might be going for the overtake right there. Both having pretty much the equal speed there, so Massa and Spam almost keeping up the same pace. Fighting for position number 3. Tween trying to come closer to Pack, goes for the inside line. Pack with a lot wider of a line, and that is of course the line that you want to take, because that will keep you a lot more speed. So looking good for Pack right here in the first round. He's most likely going to take the 10-pointer. Massa on 3rd, and Spam will hit the finish line as well. Made a little mistake at the end, so he's just gonna clock in a 1:13. But a great time up front by Pack and Tween with a 1:12.4 and a 0.5 respectively. Great start for Pack and Tween. Oh, early mistake by Massa. Hits the first wall right there, so he's gonna drop down by more than half a second already. Not the greatest of starts by Massa right here. tight line by Pack, pushing himself up to first place. Spam and Tween now fighting for that second. Tween with a great line, coming closer to Pack now. And Spam now attacking on the inside line, trying to come closer to Tween. Not quite enough yet though. Oh, Tween with a very different approach right there. Did a little bit of a pre-drift, meaning that he tapped the brake before the actual jump to get a little bit of extra rotation into the car while you get sent into the air by that little air time. So Tween, good recovery right there though, still keeping strong in that second place. Pack on first, Spam on third. Massa too far behind. He didn't really lose a lot, but there is no way he's going to catch up unless somebody makes a mistake at the front. Oh, Spam with a lot of speed. Pack gets a little bit of a bump, and Tween is going to be capitalizing on that. He gets first, but Pack almost overtaking in the last jump. What a round right there by Tween, Pack, and Spam. Only 600s between them. Clutch round right there. Everything has been decided in the last two corners, basically. Round number 3. This time, Massa now going too tight. I was about to say that he survived the start, and then he made that mistake, going too tight into the wall. So he is gonna drop down all the way back to last place again. Pack, as per usual, on first again, followed by Spam and Tween. Tween losing it a little bit there, went a bit wider, so he's gonna catch up just a tiny little bit right here. Oh, greatly executed part, comes a lot closer to Spam, actually goes for the overtake. Tween with that inside line. Continues to stick to the inside, and that was a greatly executed section by Tween. Pack still holding strong. Spam now coming back with a lot of speed. And this is still not decided yet. The second place is being fought for by Tween and Spam. Spam with the superior line goes up to second place now, definitely. But the ending can still be spicy for the players. Pack on first place, most likely not going to lose it. Spam on second place, Tween on third, both getting a nice grip on that transition. And Pack with a wonderful time of 1:12.40. Spam with another 0.5 together with Tween. So these times are insanely fast. Great race. Pack with 26 points, really looking good right here. Tween with 20, Spam with 30, and Massa, after 2 initial mistakes in the very beginning of the rounds, finding himself at 10 points only. Round number 4, this is the last one. As you can see in the bottom left side of the screen, you can see that it's only 4 rounds per map, and then we're going to switch to the next one. There's going to be 6 maps in the map pool, so plenty of chances for the players to make something happen on different maps. Massa, however, now contesting Pack for that first place. Tween on third, and Spam not with the greatest of starts, but he's still in the mix right there. Still to be seen here on Tween's POV. Not the greatest of line by Spam, loses a tiny little bit right there. Massa with that inside line. Tween now going even more to the inside. Not going to have a lot of speed right there. I think Spam and Tween both got the gear done in that section. So Pack and Massa will extend their leads right here. Pack looking good once again. This guy is on fire. Pack right now absolutely unstoppable. He wants to reach that grand final, and he's showing that right now. Tween intimidating, Pack intimidating his opponents right now with this performance, and he's gonna clock in another good time. Massa with a massive mistake at the end, and Pack with a 0.3. He gets faster and faster with every round. Impressive by Pack. He's at 36 points. He almost got the clean sweep on map 1. Massa got that last transition a little too tight, so he got his right set of wheels stuck a little bit on it, so he's gonna lose all of his speed. Massa dropping down. Current score can be seen right here. Next map, Spectrum by Nevermind. Map preview right here. Spectrum by Nevermind is gonna be the next map to be played. And we are running into some technical problems again. Pack's monitor is off. You can see it in the chat. His monitor is gonna turn off. He received that message and then it just turned off. So Pack basically staring at a black screen right now. This is not how you can perform properly, I heard. So Pack has also deployed the brake just in case that the issue is not going to be resolved. But seems like it's going to be back. He says all good. So let's see what is going to happen. There's going to be the pause now, so the pause will be used as a warm-up. So during the map preview, there was no warm-up. So let's just have a look at the drivers right here, how they will be going through the warm-up. The timer in the middle of screen indicating how long the pause is going to go for. It is a 120-second break. In earlier stages of the TrackMania World Championship, the break was only 60 seconds. Now it is double the amount for double the rest. So, having a look at the points, we have Pack right now with 36 points. As I said, he almost got the clean sweep on map 1. So, Pack looking incredibly strong as of now. But then again, now it's a new map, so a new chance for the players to catch back. It is Tween with 24, Spam with 19, and Massa with 13. So, there's quite some big gaps between the players. Because it's been quite a little bit of a back and forth on the first map, except for Pack, who was just outracing everyone. But yeah, Tween, Spam, and Massa can definitely make something happen on map number 2. They have proven themselves on this map already. And I would say this map is definitely a little easier than the previous one. Of course, none of the maps are particularly easy. But Liberstad, most arguably one of the hardest ones out of the map pack. As I said, the map pack consisting of 6 maps. The players have been having like months of practice for this occasion on the maps. So every player is, or should be, feeling more than comfortable on all 6 maps. We're gonna continue map number 2, and it is gonna be round 1, ongoing right here following Diffuse Kit Spam from the Netherlands. Very, very close right here. Spam, not with the optimal slide, has tapped the brake just another time to make sure that he doesn't slide too tight. Spam quite far back. A little bit of a safe start right here. We know that Spam is maybe not the fastest, but he is a consistent and safe driver. And this is what makes him a very valuable driver in this tournament. Right now, Spam is on last, not really able to keep up with the pace of the other players. But we have the second part of the track where mistakes can definitely happen. Let's switch to Massa right now. He is on second place, trying to make something happen here. Coming closer to Pack as we go through the 180 on the platform. Pack with a lot of speed gets a great landing right there. A great nosedive, landing as early as possible. And gets the maximum speed out of this one. Tween also following with Massa. So it will all come down to the last turn, as always on this map. Pack with a risky line right there. Massa with the overtake on Tween. It will be decided in the last turn. Who's gonna risk it right there for the biscuit? Massa should have a little bit more speed. Pack will hit the finish line first. And it is Massa that snipes Tween by not even 200ths of a second. Great times right there. Pack with a 0.1. Massa with a 0.2. Tween with a 0.3. And Spam with a 0.4. So these times have been really fast. Great first round. Wide line by Spam this time. This time he's not pulling the safe lever. This time he's going all in. And it is looking much better for Spam this time as he's contesting Massa for that first place. Spam with more speed going for the overtake, but Massa gets a slightly optimal line, or a better line on that platform section. But this is neck and neck between Massa and Spam. Of course, former teammates from Dignitas, from experts, so they know each other for years. They are really, really good with each other, so Massa and Spam right now in the lead. Pack trailing. He is behind by not too far, so he's still able to make something happen if he gets a really, really good end. Tween on last place, a little further behind, but also he can capitalize from mistakes. Spam now making that mistake at the exit of that left-hander. Probably went a little too wide, was trying to risk it together with Massa, of course. So Massa will be on a very comfortable first place. Pack most likely not going to make anything happen unless Massa doesn't get the best end. Pack might have the shorter jump into the finish line, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Massa with a 27 and Pack with a 30, so only 200s again between Massa and Pack. Great, great stuff right there from all of the players. Round number 3, let's go. No mistakes so far. Really, really, wow, what a tight line by Pack. That was almost inside of the wall right there. Really good stuff by Pack. He's on first place. Spam and Tween now overtaking Massa, who was struggling a little bit with that right-hander. Spam tapping the brake inside of the turn to slow down. Tween also not with the optimal speed, so Massa goes back to second place. And Pack is looking strong once more. Tween with a slight adjustment. Massa almost hitting that quarter pipe jump. Oh, but now he hits the wall on the inside, so Massa was not really hitting that line all too well, so he's going to drop down all the way back to last place. Second place is being fought for between Tween and Spam. Spam with more speed now over the blue part into the right-hand drift. This is really, really important to get right. You can risk it over the inside Randstein, but Spam does not make it, and neither does Tween. So all three with really good times. Pack with a 0.0. He gets faster progressively with every round. This guy is absolutely stomping everyone right now. Pack with 62 points, and that is just outstanding. Round number 4. This one is the last one already. This is going quicker than you think. Now it is a battle for the last 10 points on this map. It is Pack once again with that inside line. Tween looking good in this round this time. Tween right now is on second place with 36 points. Massa with 32 and Spam with 31. So the second place is really, really close. And then there's Pack that is just slowly but surely escaping everyone. What a close round. Only 300s between first and fourth place. Now the players are separating themselves a little bit with slightly different lines, but they're all coming back together again after the jump. Massa on first place. Tween getting the nose slide. He's going to be out of this one. Pack on second place. Spam on third. Now trying to make a difference right here. Trying to come back. Spam goes extremely wide. Massa with the mistake on the inside. That was a very unfortunate mistake. And now there's Spam who went wider and gets more exit speed. He could maybe snipe Pack at the end. Spam with more speed. And Pack not with the greatest of endings. Spam will take very important 10 points. And what a good time by Spam. A 0.2 and a 0.3 by Pack. Tween and Massa struggling a little bit coming towards the end of the track. So they're going to take 4 and 3 points respectively. Spam going up to second place. In total, 41 points. Great, great stuff right there. The next map is going to be even odds. And I'm, of course, going to show you the map review made by Pikes. There you go. It is the next map coming in right here for you guys. Pack still in the lead. He is 27 points ahead of second place, which is occupied by Diffuse Kid Spam. Tween only 1 point behind. And then there's Massa at 35, still trailing and waiting for the opportunity to catch back. Maybe this map is going to bode him better. Let's have a look. Round number 1 ongoing. Great start for Tween and Pack, who goes for the inside line, but Tween with a slightly better exit. Now we have this section, of course, with those little bumps where you want to keep the wheels grounded as much as possible. Very, very close right here between Tween, Spam, and Pack. All of them getting very similar lines, and all of a sudden there's Massa coming in with a lot of speed as well. Tween with that inside line didn't really carry the most possible speed out of this one. Gets the side ramp, but doesn't really benefit from that. Spam, Massa, and Pack, they're very, very close. Massa now weirdly slowing down right there, so he's going to drop down to 4th place. Didn't really lose too much, though. Pack on 3rd only. We know that Pack has taken almost every single 1st place so far. Right now, he's finding himself on 3rd, trying to make a comeback right here in the last turn. It is Spam on 1st place, Tween on 2nd, and right now, with these positions, it will be a 10-pointer for Spam. Jumping right there. Oh my god, what an end that was. Spam almost getting sniped by Tween, who got a slightly earlier landing on the ramp. It was only 0.06 of a second between Spam and Tween for 1st place. Important 10 points for Spam, and he moves up to 51 points. Great performance from all of the players. Nobody's really falling back or struggling a lot, so this is a very well-balanced match, which is exactly what we want to see in the Consolidation final. Everybody wants to move on to the grand final. Everybody's putting all their energy into this one to make it happen. And what a turn by Pack right there. Really risky stuff. Moves up from 3rd to 1st within a blink of an eye. Massa on 2nd place. Tween made a mistake. He's already 1 second behind. Spam now trying to go for the overtake, attacking Massa, dropping into the left-hander where you want to angle up the car. Massa really close to the inside wall, doesn't carry the optimal speed through, so no, never mind. Spam actually making that mistake. I was about to say that he's going to overtake Massa with that speed advantage, but it wasn't quite enough, so let's focus on Massa, who's going to come a little bit closer to Pack right there. But it is going to be the hairpin remaining, and then the end. Pack with a 0.10 advantage, and he's not going to let that slip through. Gamers Origin Pack about to take the next 10 points. 112.6 by both Pack and Massa. Good stuff by the 2 players. Spam on 3rd with 4 points, and Tween on last, getting those 3 points. Massa with a really risky line, shooting himself up to 1st place. That was really well executed by him, and he continues to build up that lead, gets a lot of speed out of this one, but now it is Pack and everyone else that are coming closer again, because Massa didn't get that best grip onto the bumpy part. So Massa from 1st to last again. This section is very important. Spam gets some pretty good speed, will go past Tween right here. Tween from Team Sampi now even losing that position to Massa, but Massa maybe a little bit too much to the left, but he was saving it right there really, really well. Was, I think, holding the brake a little bit to extend that drift to make sure that the car does not just dive straight into the wall. So Massa with a good save. Oh, and Spam Airlines going into the checkpoint. He was still able to recover, but he is going to be dead last, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to reach the finish. The finish timeout is 6 seconds. Massa even going for that safe finish, as you can see. Tween on 1st, Pack on 2nd. And let's have a look at Spam, if he's actually going to be reaching the finish line. No, the first DNF for Spam. And that is going to hurt a lot, because Tween is going to go for the overtake. And Tween is back on 2nd place with 59 points. Last round. Now, let's follow Spam, who is a little bit behind, but comes in with more speed. Through the next set of drifts. A very important corner combination coming up here, including the bumps. who's gonna get it the best. Everybody gets it equally. I think Massa didn't get it optimally, but still in the mix right here. Massa on first place. And what a turn by Spam from last to first in like 2 turns. This is how quick it can go. So great risk by Spam right there. And right now he is in the mix for first place again. Massa on first place, and then it's Spam and Pack risking it for that second place. And now we're losing Spam. Spam with the disconnect, and now it is gonna be a break again. Spam losing it, lagged out, and he is done. More technical problems coming our way, and this time it is Spam being the unlucky one. And that is a shame, because he was trying so hard to come back, and then it just didn't work out. Will Massa actually finish? Massa, round end. Hello. Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna be a mess with the points now. Massa and Pack will finish, even though the round should have been ended. That is not that great. Admin ship sleeping there a little bit. So Spam will find himself disconnecting. Maybe the monitor again. Or maybe something else. We don't know what happened. As you can see, Tween confirming that Spam's PC died. And the streak of technical problems is just not ending at all. It is very, very inconvenient for the drivers now, because everybody was so into the zone. We're halfway through the match, and now we have something like this happening. This is just really, really bad for every single one of the drivers, especially Spam right now, who is affected by this the most. Everyone else can just keep warming up and keep playing the game, but Spam is now having to deal or to cope with the technical problems. So this is really, really bad. Frustrating, to say the least, right now in this consolidation final. Boy, oh boy, what is happening with the technical side behind the scenes of the TrackMania World Cup? We don't know. So the only thing that we can do right now is wait and hope that the issues are going to be resolved in a short period of time. We can have a look at the points instead. It is Pack who is driving out of his mind right now. There's no other word to describe it. Pack on his way to become a grand finalist in this World Championship. He is so far ahead of everyone else that he can afford making plenty of mistakes, and he's still gonna be in a very, very good lead. Tween, Massa, and Spam are only 4 points apart from each other. So that second place is gonna be fought for up until the very end. That is gonna be incredibly, incredibly difficult for the players to, you know, keep up the focus, keep up the, you know, not letting themselves get put under pressure. That is gonna be really, really tough. So the next point that needs to be done is reverting the points that Massa and Pack got in the previous round. So actually, never mind what I said. There are some illegal points after the previous round. So the points need to be reverted before we continue. So let's wait for that. And I assume that the last round of the previous map should also be replayed. So a lot of things for the admins to catch up right here. So yeah, it's just not ending. I don't know what's happening. And I find it weird that the issues have persisted yesterday. yesterday we had a lot of issues, and today apparently the issues haven't been fixed for the players, and I think that's quite unfortunate to say the least. There you have the point adjustment now. Massa getting down to 48. And Pack should go down to 88. I think. I don't remember. Yes, 88 for Pack. So we are gonna go back to the previous map and play the round that has not been played legally. Back to this one we go. And let's see if this is gonna be live already. Is everyone ready? Question mark. Another warm-up. Not sure if that one is gonna be played or not. Yes, there's one warm-up and then it's gonna be live. And according to Massa, the map order is also wrong. So plenty of things just not going the way they're supposed to right now. I can really understand the frustration inside of the players right now, and of course, I can assume that Softy, like the organizer behind the TrackMania World Championship, is also infuriated by the fact that the technical stuff is just not working. This is unbelievable. So hopefully the frustration is not gonna come back to the players and cause them to make mistakes. Because having the anger inside of you, of course, can make you play better, of course, but it can also backfire completely, and that's not what we want to see. So let's just wait and see what happens. There is nothing we can do right now. There's nothing I can do about this. I'm just sitting here remotely from my home, watching the world burn down. Map order being fixed right there, as you can see in the chat. Beautiful stuff. So we're gonna continue the match right now with this standing. Pack 88, Tween remains at 59, Spam remains at 55, and Massa down to 48. Last round on this one. Good start for all of the players. Nobody is seeming to show any sort of nervosity or any sort of, you know, distraction by what happened previously. So everybody off to a good start. No mistakes being made so far. Spam is on last place. Doesn't really get the optimal speed. Pack also, he had some better turns right there. So they will both have to let Spam and Massa and Tween slip through. But they're coming back with a lot of speed. Spam now going up to first place, and also Pack with a lot of speed. So now it is the yo-yo, like the players that have been on 3 and 4 and now are on 1 and 2. So very, very close right here between all of the drivers. Tween on first place. Pack and Spam now coming closer onto the platform we go. Massa is also in the mix. What a close exit right there from Pack and Tween. Very, very close to that checkpoint. Tween now going up in the lead, gets a lot of speed out of the hairpin, and it is looking good for Tween right now, who is of course in dire need of some points. But Spam with a lot of speed now. Spam needs to risk it for the low jump. Tween will make it, but that was very close. 14 thousandths of a second. If the map was like 1 block longer, then Spam would have had it. So Tween with the 10 points, Spam with 6, Pack and Massa getting 3rd and 4th. And here's the skip. This map is gonna be Olosei. We're gonna have a look at the map preview while the players are gonna warm themselves up on this map by Roa. Alright, that is it. The players are finishing the warm-up now. And the point standing is looking as follows. Pack with 92, about to reach that 100-point barrier. Tween with 69, Spam with 61, and Massa with 51. So the gap between second and fourth was smaller. Now it is 18 points between Tween and Massa. But this map can turn the tables. Let's have a look at round number 1. Let's follow Massa, the German driver, holding up the flag for BIG. Everybody really, really close to each other in the first couple of corners right here. Really hard to tell. Ooh, Massa now getting a little bit of a slowdown right there. Doesn't really get the best exit, but will at least pass Spam, who was also struggling a little bit. But Massa now risking it over the inside. Rammstein and makes the... Wow, what a mistake that was by Massa. That was a rare one. He was angling up a little too much left. Haven't really seen that one very often. Tween now with low speed, and Spam will take advantage from that. Tween also hitting the wall, so it is the two world champions, Pack and Spam, currently occupying the first two positions. Big gaps right here. 0.2 of a second between Pack and Spam, so unless Pack makes a mistake, this is going to be the round for... unless Pack makes a mistake, this is going to be his round. Spam, no chance to come back. And there he goes. Pack not with the optimal line at the end, but it is going to be sufficient right here to clock in a 113.8, so that's still a good time. Spam barely getting the sub 114, 113.998. And then there's Massa and Tween on third and fourth. Pack now breaking the 100-point barrier with 102. Tween on second, Spam on third, and Massa with 55, losing it a little bit with that bad first round. Great start by Pack and Tween. Spam trailing just behind. Massa not with the greatest of starts. He's already a little bit behind. Oh, and what a line by Pack. Almost went into the wall. He was saving it by lifting off the acceleration right there. And he makes a mistake. We saw that just right there. So Pack with that mistake, not gonna get good points in this one. Tween in the lead. He could, of course, very well use those 10 points that he's facing to get in this round. Massa pretty far behind already. Spam on second place. As we jump into this right-hander, Massa trying to come back. He is going to risk it for the biscuit right here. We know that Massa is capable of pulling off some crazy comebacks. This time, however, it is not enough right now. At least for the moment. Now Massa with the risk over the inside. Tween still holding strong, but Spam versus Massa is going to be interesting towards the end. Massa not getting the best one at all. So it will be Tween, Spam, Massa, and Pack in that specific order. Tween with very good 10 points. Spam on second, Massa on third, and Pack on fourth. Round number 3 coming up. This is gonna be some very important rounds right here. So let's have a look at Spam, who is still in the mix right here. But he loses a little bit of time right there, and he's gonna... Oh, make another mistake. Oh, he gets stuck on the platform. What is happening right there? So, a bit unfortunate for Spam. Big mistake. One of the biggest one that he made. Good fight right there for Tween, Massa, and Pack. Tween holding up strong on that first place. Massa on second. Doesn't really get the best drift right here. But Pack not able to capitalize on that. Tween still holding strong in that first place. Massa is pushing it. Massa is attacking. What is he doing right now? Going down the hill. Tween going a little bit wider. Massa with more speed now over the blue part. Tween with more speed though. Wow, what a risky line right there. This is going to be decided in the last turn. Massa getting the best quarter pipe transition right there. But Tween with the inside line. Who's going to get the better ending? This will be decided in the last turn. Oh, hello, there's Pack as well, and Pack will go for the overtake on Massa. What a snipe by Pack right there. Great runs right there. 0.79 by Tween, 0.82 by Pack, and 86 by Massa. So Tween continuing to do well, and he is escaping Spam now, who made that massive mistake Tween now with 96 points. He is looking good to reach that grand final. Round number 4. Will Spam recover from that mistake? That is going to be the big question. Has been one of the biggest ones we've seen from him in this matchup. So, not going to be easy for him to recover from that. Tween in the lead right now, looking good once again. This is his map. Tween is looking so good on this map. Massa with that inside line. Spam now coming in with a lot of speed. Pack trailing, waiting, lurking in the shadows. Maybe a mistake is going to happen from one of the players in front of him. Tween is on a great time right here, though. The second place, the battle for second place between Spam, Pack, and Massa. Massa with the worst speed over the platform. Tween losing it a little bit. Oh, Tween is losing it, and Pack is gonna come closer. This is an incredibly close round right here. Massa with a really risky line, and Spam losing it a little bit right there on the quarter pipe transition. This will be decided in the end again. Pack versus Tween for that first place. Spam comfortably looking on that third place. Might get a little more speed right here. This is gonna be decided in the last jump. Who's gonna get it the best? Oh my days. 1/4000th between first and fourth. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. 8-1-1, 8-1-5, and 8-1-5. A tie for second place between Tween and Spam. Holy moly. Incredible. This is one of the rare ties that we have seen. And this one has been an absolute banger. Spam almost sniping them right at the end. That was crazy. Anyway, time for the map preview on Revanto. Alright, that's gonna be the map preview. There might be a little bit of background noise in the background, so if you hear anything, I apologize in advance. But we are gonna go into the next map with Pack being very close to 140 points. He's at 121. He is looking absolutely amazing. Together with Tween, who just clocked in a really, really fast time in the warm-up. So Tween maybe with the comeback, and this could be the decider. Let's have a look at Tween. Will he keep up the good warm-up? That was a really, really fast climb. It was a 1:11.43 according to the chat, so that is really, really close to the world record actually. Spam has made a mistake already, and maybe he's finding himself in a little bit of a tilt situation now. He knows that he needs to fight Tween, who was on fire in the previous rounds. So Spam really needs to push it and make it happen. And that is, of course, leading into some mistakes. Massa, oh my days, that was almost inside of that wall. Gets really lucky. And Pack now risking it over that inside. Will get punished for it. And Tween looking really good right there. He has accumulated a 0.2 of a lead already. It is looking more than solid for Sampy Tween right now. After not that great of a start, he's really, really coming back and showing a great comeback performance once again. Massa on second place. Spam actually overtaking Pack, who made that mistake. So Spam will at least save himself 4 points if he gets to that finish line, being third. Tween and Massa both opting for the outside. That is a wise decision. There's no need to risk for the inside. And that time by Tween is mind-blowing. 1:11.57. Massa with a 0.8. And then there's Spam and Pack that made a mistake. Great, great stuff by Tween. And he's coming closer to Pack, actually. Putting some pressure onto Pack, who was leading the entire match. Great, great stuff by Tween. So once again, similar to the comeback that he pulled off in one of the previous matches, where he was suffering from technical problems. Massa now making a mistake though. That was a very, very early one. Not looking good for him right now. Pack on first, followed by Tween, who goes for the inside line, but Pack should have a tad more speed there. Spam on third, and he really, really needs to get those 10 points now if he wants to stay in the mix for that second place. Spam, of course, he's so close to reaching that grand final, and he has the potential to reach it, so he needs to make use of it. Right now, a third place is not sufficient at all. Tween on first place, but Spam with a great comeback, trying to go for the attack on Pack, but Pack with a better speed. Through the left-hander we go, and a great turn by Tween once again. Over the blue part we go. Oh, and that is a risky line by Spam, but he gets it pretty nicely still without getting a slowdown. Tween on first, Pack on second. Spam wasn't really able to capitalize from that. So it will all come down to the last turn. Oh, both going for the inside, and it will be Tween that gets the better angle for the last jump. Pack with a bit more speed, but it won't be enough. And that time by Tween again, another 0.5, 2.5 consecutively. Tween is absolutely on fire, and he's coming closer and closer to Tween. To Pack, I'm sorry. Pack at 130, so if he gets that first place now, he is going to be finalist. Great start by Massa this time. He has been slacking a little bit. He is at 76 points, so that's going to be very, very difficult to catch up to, if not almost impossible. So Massa probably just going for some fast times right now. Go big or go home. I guess that's going to be the motto for Massa in the remaining of the match. Pack on second place, Spam on third, and I think Tween has had a little bit of a blunder. He's on last place, but he could still very well catch up in the section maybe. Spam with a very alternative line has to save it. Oh, and a big mistake by Pack now. He is crumbling under the pressure that is being put by Tween. Pack not really looking good on this map at all. Massa with the touch in the hairpin, and it will give Tween another 10-pointer. What is happening? Tween again looking to get those 10 points. Massa trying to deny it with the inside line. That was actually very well executed, but Tween should have more speed, and he's going to take it again with not the greatest time. Oh, Massa actually missed the finish. He's barely going to reach it right there. 113.9. That was a not that great of a jump right there by Massa, and he's really losing it. You can clearly tell. So Pack at 134, not going to reach finalist. He's going to reach first and second place. He's going to need first and second place right here to become finalist on the next map. Oh, and a mistake by Massa again. I think we really lost Massa right here. He is tilting out of the planet, making mistakes, and it could be the reason because of the break that maybe didn't bode him well. We don't know what's happening in Massa's mind right now, but it is not looking very good right now. Pack on first, Tween on second, Spam on third. Oh, what an unnecessary mistake by Spam right there, touching the wall on the right side. He's actually going to get passed by Massa. So it will come down to Pack and Tween. Who's going to get it? Pack, as I said, he only needs to get first and second place, and right now it is looking very good. Tween, of course, opting to get those 10 points. He wants to move up to finalist mode as quickly as possible. It is Pack versus Tween right now, coming towards the last couple of corners. Pack with the risky line over the inside. Tween, oh, he's going for the inside line. Pack with the outside, but he's not going to make it right there. Tween actually, oh no, but Tween actually making a mistake at the end. And he will drop down to last place. Big risk for Tween, and it didn't pay off for him. Pack will get 10 points, and he is gonna reach finalist mode on the next map. Big mistake by Tween. That could have been avoided. He was risking it a little too hard right there. Hit the wall on the right side, and that was really unfortunate. So it is Tween at 131. If he denies Pack by taking 10 points, it is going to be double finalist. Spam with 99 is still very far away from reaching finalist mode, so not looking good for the Fuse Kit Spam. And also Massa is, I think, just trolling right now. He knows that he's not really going to have a big chance. So, yeah. Let's follow Pack through his warm-up. It is going to be very exciting. Of course, it is going to be an important round coming up for him. So I'm actually interested to see how his warm-up is gonna go. Will Pack make it happen in his first finalist attempt? We're gonna find out soon. He has the pace on this track, definitely. Pack is really, really fast on this one. So it could be a quick one for Pack, unless Tween makes it happen. Not the greatest of warm-ups for Pack, but that doesn't mean anything. The warm-up will end in 10 seconds. You can see the countdown on the right side. It is probably gonna be the last map that is gonna be played in this Consolidation final. Pack and Tween looking really good to reach the grand final of the TrackMania World Championship 2018. Off we go on full focus. Round number 1. Not the greatest of starts for Pack. He's already a 10th behind. He's really, really shaky right now. Hoping for a mistake by the other drivers. It is Massa and Tween fighting it out for first place. And Pack with a mistake. And that is already going to be the GG for Pack. This is the really good chance for Tween. If he takes the 10 points, he's going to be finalist as well. Massa could deny Tween reaching that finalist mode. Massa with great speed down the hill, going through the right-hand drift. That is some pretty good stuff from Massa. Will he maybe pull off the comeback? We never know what's going to happen. This is TrackMania. Anything can happen. And right now it is looking very good for Massa as Tween is going to make another additional mistake, crumbling under that pressure. Tween was pushing it to get those 10 points, but he was not successful. Massa and Spam will have those smiling faces, taking those 10 and 6 points with pleasure. 108.12. That is a hard time to beat by Massa, so definitely a deserved first place right there. He will get 10 points. And Tween only at 134. Pack with that second finalist attempt now. Tween now being a little bit in a more comfortable situation. If he takes first place or second and Pack makes a mistake, then he's also finalist. So let's see. Round number 2. What a clutch round. Following the Fuse Kit Spam from the Netherlands. The well-known TrackMania streamer. Not looking all too good, but maybe he's gonna pull off the comeback of the year. Let's follow him. Ooh, Tween not with the optimal line. Might get passed by Spam right there. Yes, Spam with more speed in this downhill section. Pack on first place, and this is looking very good for Pack. Massa also losing a little bit of speed. Let's focus on Massa a little bit. And Pack continues to dominate. He continues to extend his lead, and it is looking very good for the world champion, Pack from the United Kingdom. But Massa is trying to deny it. Massa is risking it right there. He's going for those attack lines, but Pack will have that inside line. Massa with a bit more speed. Massa will continue to keep that speed. Jumps a bit lower, but it's not going to be enough to deny Pack. And Pack will be reaching the grand final and joins up Pack and Kappa and Carl Jr. What a round that was. Almost getting sniped again. So Pack will be the third grand finalist. And now it is Tween at 137. Still did not reach that finalist status. Close round right here. This is round number 3. So we're still going to have another one after this. And right now it is looking very good for Massa and for Tween. Spam has fallen behind just a little bit. Spam is 1300s behind the leaders. This is a back and forth between Massa and Tween. Tween only needs to finish this one, and he is going to be finalist on the next map. Wide line by Spam. That was not really well executed at all, so he's probably going to settle with that third place and the 4 points that he's going to get. But let's focus on Tween versus Massa. Who's going to take that first place? Massa right now with the upper hand, dropping into the last platform section. Tween with that inside line, but Massa should have the speed advantage, but no, it's actually Tween that's coming closer. Who's gonna take it? And it is gonna be 4,000s deciding between first and second place. Massa sniping that 10 points. Not that it's gonna make a big difference, but Tween gonna feel a bit bad about this one, I think. Finalist mode for Tween. Is Tween gonna take it in his first finalist attempt? Or will he get denied by Spam and Massa? This is gonna be a great last round of this one. Tween gets a really nice inside line. Massa on second place has a little bit more speed up the hill. But Tween finding himself in a very comfortable situation. Massa with that inside line trying to come back here now. Spam lurking, waiting in the shadows. Gets a lot of speed out of the section though. Spam coming closer now. Spam still has a saying in this round. And this is going to be a 3-man battle for that first place. Massa having that upper hand. Tween with low speed drops down all the way to third place. Massa on first place still. Spam on second place. Tween not getting the best angle, but he might have a good one for the upcoming corner. Goes very tight. Spam with an early drift. Tween has to tap that brake again, and I think he's going to get denied by Massa. Yes, he will. Spam will not have a chance. Gets those 4 points, but Massa denying Tween with a 1-7.99. Great stuff right there. Tween getting denied, and Massa passes Spam now in total standings. 119 to 170. Oh my days, this is gonna be Liberstat again, back at it. No warm-up, we're gonna go straight live into this one with Tween having his second finalist attempt. Massa at 119, so he could maybe reach that slap in the face. 139 if he wins 2 rounds consecutively. Let's have a look at Massa. Spam right now not showing the pace needed to beat either Tween or Massa, so he is already trailing. Spam already 0.1 behind, so it will be between Tween and Massa. Spam making that mistake, so he's going to be out of it already. Very close right here. Tween having the slight advantage, but Massa with more speed goes for the overtake in that right-hand corner. Tween with that inside line. This is incredibly close right now between those two drivers. Sampy versus BIG jumping into the right-hander. Tween having the upper hand, but Massa with the better exit will come a little bit closer. Will go for the overtake. Incredibly close to those obstacles. Almost hitting it. Massa really pushing it to the limit. Tween now with the inside line. Very good positioning right there for this left-hander as well on the blue part. Tween extending his lead, and Massa really need to risk it right now. Push it to the limit, because this is do or die. Tween going very wide, gets very good speed out of this. Oh! And Tween going too much left at the checkpoint. And this is Massa's chance to take 10 points. Tween Airlines makes another mistake, and he has to go into another finalist attempt. This is gonna start to hurt now. Unnecessary mistake by Tween. He saw that he went wide already in the drop down before that, so he could have just lifted off the accelerator just a little bit. But of course, in a pressure situation like that, you want to push it and just hope that it works. And this time it didn't work. So Massa coming closer. 129, and Tween still finalist. Of course, Tween not the type of player that is gonna let himself getting intimidated by such situations. But you can't tell me that he's not gonna get pressurized by this. Massa made a mistake, and now it is Spam that has to deny Tween. Will Spam make it happen? Right now, it is looking fairly good. Both almost inside of each other. Dropping down into the right-hander. Tween gets it a little better. Like, he gets a little bit of an inside line, but Spam with the more speed out of the exit. What a round. Oh no, Spam has to release a little bit right there. Tween getting the upper hand on the blue part once more. Let's have a look at Spam if he's gonna make a difference right here. Spam needs to push it right there. He needs to deny Tween. Spam going really wide, tries to maintain as much speed as possible. Tween avoiding the wall on the left side. Spam trying to push it right there. The last corner will decide it right there. Will Tween move up to the grand final? We're gonna find out soon. Tween will make it right there and finishes with a 112.5. Tween will be the last grand finalist right here. Massa and Spam will be eliminated, and it will be Tween that is gonna move up to the grand finals. Oh my days, what a match. Tween almost losing it right there, losing multiple chances to close it out in the finalist status. So that was really clutch by Tween. Good that he is such a calm and collected player to just not show any sort of insecurities in that situation. Great, great performance. And this is gonna bode well for an amazing, amazing grand final. It is gonna be 4 of the best TrackMania² Stadium tech drivers right now. Kappa, Carl Jr., Pack, and Tween. Unbelievable.